Alright guys, just a quick overview of some of the things I'll be using in this demonstration recipe, whatever you want to call it. Most important thing we'll be using today will be the Florida water. Classic green, because that's the one most available to everybody. Um, these oils here are from Aroma G's on Etsy. You'll find Botanicas will have some similar oils to this, just kind of showing you some different forms of rue, two different brands of rue cologne and the rue oil that I use. The resin behind that is called Damar. It is great for emotional hardship. I use it a lot with grieving, things of this nature, emotional hardships. It's kind of an underrated thing in the witchy world, I guess, and it really should be used more, I feel like. Um, Florida water, again, main ingredient. For this one, I'm just using the common, easy to find regular green. The one I like better is the Peruvian version. It's yellow. Chinese wash, or what they'll call Chinese floor wash, excuse me. Um, Again, I'm just showing the two different brands I have. One is Dr. E, which is a great brand. He's no longer with us, but his products are still available. And this one is an Etsy shop. She is called Supernaturally You. Fantastic one. I've been using that one for years. In fact, here's where I recycled the bottle to make my dragon's blood oil. And some of the Lucky Mojo oils I use, Fiery Wall of Protection. Another one that's good is called Fiery Wall of Voodoo. It's equally protecting. Whichever you have access to is fine. This is just another protection oil they have that I happen to have on hand. Um, Olive oil works well, as if you're down to nothing, olive oil does work. Cast Off Evil and Crucible of Courage, that's kind of my own personal, for me. Like I said, this is very adaptable to your needs. That is a whole piece of Palo Santo and Palo Santo oil. Um, I did have some Palo Santo cologne. I've used that up, so we'll double up with the oil and the actual piece of Palo Santo for this video. Alright, so today I'm going to show you how I make the Spiritual No BS spray. I kind of did a quick overview of everything, so you kind of get an idea of what I use. And you can change ingredients to your needs. The only two things I would say do not skimp out on is Florida water. Usually I use the Peruvian one, but for today I'm going to use the classic green because that's the easiest one to find. You might even be able to find it in a plain drugstore. Murray Landman and Kemp makes a cologne version of Palo Santo, but today I'm going to be using Palo Santo oil as well as a piece of Palo Santo. So, just things to keep in mind. I'm going to use this spray bottle I got for a couple bucks from Five Below. Just recycle something. You don't need new. It doesn't have to be glass. I just happen to get a deal on these, so by all means just recycle something you already have. Rue, also you can use in cologne form, just a different brand. They all work just as well. Oil if you have it. If you have a plant, use a couple leaves, mush those up. The other two things, these are available on Amazon, is the orange blossom water. I also use rose water. The blessing water and a few of these other oils I get from Papa G's, but his Etsy shop is called Aroma G's, and I'll link his shop obviously in the description. Banish Negativity, Happy Home, and House Blessing. You'll find similar things, different brands, something you might make your own, somebody close to you make something like this, use those by all means. I use a little bit of Chinese wash to Dr. E's is a brand I really like. If you can find this in a Botanica or look it up online, there were a few retailers last time I bought this. Another one of my favorites is Supernaturally You Curio Company. She has an Etsy shop. I will try to link that as well. My own dragon's blood oil that I made, and I recycled one of these bottles to make this. We'll make another video about how I make my dragon's blood oil another time. I use some Loki Mojo oils, Fiery Wall of Protection, another protection oil, Cast Off Evil. This one, very important. It doesn't have to be this brand, but find something very, as similar as possible. If not, something you make yourself. And for me personally, I do like to put the Crucible of Courage oil in. Just going through some stuff in life right now, So, anyway, clean spray bottle. I kind of do things in threes, count to 3 drops, things like this. So I'll start with the Florida water, which this bottle is leaking. So I think we'll just use this whole bottle because it seems like there's a crack in the bottom of this. So I'm glad we found that early on. Oh well, the kitchen smells extra good. I do need to wipe this up though, real quick. So we did have a leak. So you wouldn't need quite this much, but if that bottle's going to leak, I'm just going to go with it. So we have that. This is a spray bottle. This is a, excuse me, Murray Landman and Kemp. Spirit Cat, would you please stop? Hey. We'll go ahead with De Crucelas brand because it's not in a spray. So I will do 3 capfuls of this. And because I have the oil out, I'll do 3 drops of the root oil. Let me move this so you can see what I'm doing. See all the stuff I'm organizing in the background? Just ignore that. So we'll do 3 drops of root oil. All right, well that was Derek. Apparently there was a bear when he was out filming. Anyway, I left off with the root oil. So next, the orange blossom water. And again, I'll do kind of a count to 3. Not 3 capfuls, we'll add a little bit more. So maybe 1, 2, 3. And I will do the same thing with the rose water. The next door neighbor's dog is going to put their 2 cents worth in. Okay. After rose oil, we are going to go with the blessing water. You can use holy water just as easily. You can omit this all together and just add a little extra of the orange blossom water and the rose water. Again, I'll do this kind of little 3 dashes. 2, 3. I'm going to go ahead and add the house blessing oil because I am getting a little low on this. So, and there are herbs in the bottom. Anytime there's herbs in the bottoms of your oils, shake them up so they charge. And I like how he seals this with electrical tape for shipping. But I'll do 3 drops of the house blessing oil. Three drops of Banish Negativity. Give it a little shake. And I'm going to do 3 drops of the Happy Home and give that a little shake as well. Then I move on to the Chinese wash. I have 2 different kinds, so I'll probably put 3 drops of each. You don't have to have 2 different kinds. You can make your own. There's several recipes online. Lucky Mojo has a good one. I just don't happen to have that on hand. This is Dr. E. Dr. E unfortunately has passed away, but his products are still available online. So I'll just do 3 drops of this one. And just because I have it, I'll do 3, I don't know, not drops, 3 little dashes of the Supernatural EU. Dragon's Blood oil. This is one that I make. You can buy it. You can just put a tiny piece of dragon's blood resin in, but I dilute mine in a carry oil. This takes quite a while for this to dilute to this. But like I said, and I'll show you how to make the dragon's blood oil in another video. So we'll do 3 drops of dragon's blood oil. It's a little more than 3, but you get the idea. Definitely clean this. This is dusty and nasty. Wipe it up a little bit. Okay, and then I'll move on to the fiery wall of protection. Shake that up a bit. 3 drops, 3 dashes, however you. 1, 2, 3. Protection oil. Shake it up. There we go. Get a good idea what it looks like. Spirit Cat, don't tear all that stuff up. I have that kind of organized. She may or may not actually listen. Alright, anyway, 3 dashes of the protection oil. Cast off evil oil. Any kind of anti-evil, anything that banishes negativity. Botanica, Psychic Eye will have, any place like that will have a version of something like this. And again, 3 dashes. Crucible of Courage may not even be necessary for yours. Like I said, this is kind of a personal thing for me right now. Palo Santo oil. Okay, that's about 3 dashes. It's a little hard to get out. Okay, and right as I'm getting to the end before I shake it up and seal it, I'm going to put this piece of Palo Santo in. Make sure your pieces of things like this are big enough that they're not going to clog your sprayer. But I'm also going to use a piece of this. It's copal resin, but it's Damar. It's very good for emotional hardships, stress, things like this. It will dissolve to an extent in here, but again, you're going to still want to use a piece big enough that it's not going to clog your sprayer. Let's get this top on properly. Oh. Wipe it off really well. I'm going to give it a good shake. Make sure the sprayer works. Yep, works just fine. Doesn't smell too bad. I mean, you can tell the Palo Santo's in there. It will dissipate. But when you're done cleaning your house, anywhere areas where you just feel negativity, spray your window sills, your corners, bringing things into your home from yard sales, antique stores, things like this. Vintage things you buy online before you bring the item in your house. You can even spray the box. All kinds of uses for it. So yeah, by request, this is the Aunt Lydia's No BS spray. Very adaptable to your needs. Like I said, research some of the things you saw here. Change it to fit your needs. The only two things I would say you absolutely should have would be the Florida water and some kind of Palo Santo. Alright guys, I hope that helped you, and hope you're having a great week.